today is shorter. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Lunch and Learn with Yvonne and Loubna. How are you today, Loubna?
Hello, Yvonne. I'm doing great. So nice to see you.
Wow. Looks like we're in the same location. We are matching up with our pictures and everything in the back.
The colors, yeah.
Hello, everybody. If you are watching on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, I would like to invite you into our world every Friday. We're trying to do this every Friday, but as you know, sometimes it doesn't happen. And what we want to talk to you about today is I hate my job and I cannot afford to quit. It happens to a lot of us. So I'm going to turn on the comment section, guys, and you can do a comment. Good afternoon. Yasha says good afternoon. Hi, Rasha. Welcome. Let us know where you're tuning in from, which country, or if you're, I don't know whether, I think you're on YouTube. So thanks for coming in from YouTube, and let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're tuning in the live, you can put hashtag live so that when our people come on to the replay, which they get all the time, they can put hashtag replay. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I know you should have a lot of questions about this topic because it is a very serious topic, and Yasha is coming in from the United States of America. I love my American people. Wonderful. I do love Americans everywhere.
Of course.
Zara, hi Zara. How are you, Zara? Yes. Hello. Zara is here. Let me highlight Zara too. Zara is here. Can we see Zara? Hi, Zara.
Yes, hi. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, wonderful. Listen, this is such a very, very important topic. If you have any questions, guys, we would love to help you out today because this is so important. If you're hating your job, if you're in a job that's not great, I was in a job that I was not great, though I stayed there for 15 years and up-leveled in it. But honestly, I had to do a lot of praying to my Savior. So, it's not hard. I cried for 5 years every morning going to the job. And a lot of people could not deal with that, especially in today's world where you have COVID and you have a lot of stuff going at you, the inflation and everything. You can't take it. Listen, we're not going to take it. So that is why Loubna and I come on today to talk to you about this. And we're going to start by talking what are the effects and why it is urgent to get a solution. So Dr. Loubna, I have Dr. Loubna here. Dr. Loubna, you want to say a little bit about yourself? I don't think Yasha or Zara.
Yes, sure. Hey, everybody. Okay, I'm Loubna Erraji. I'm an executive coach, and I work with executives in career transition, mainly those in life science and healthcare. And I help them, think about their career, what to think about, how to advance it, how to grow, and think about all the components of career advancement, okay? And just before we get started, I just want to make it clear that not everybody who's here would be hating their jobs, but we're just having a conversation, right? And I know that sometimes people come and they're not sure if they should participate or not. So this is a safe space for all of us to talk, so that when we face a situation similar to the one we're going to be talking about, you will know how to address it and what to think about. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Awesome. And just let you know, guys, we're also tuning in on Wisdom, and I haven't activated it yet. I'm going to do it right now. So we're talking today about I hate my job and I can't afford to quit. And as we said, some people love their job. Some people just don't love other things about the job, and we're going to talk about it today. So, Dr. Loubna, when somebody hates their job, and I'd love to just get on to Wisdom here, and I'm going to ask you to start so I can activate Wisdom. What are some of the effects and why is it urgent?
So we can start talking about like what it looks like before we dive into the reasons, right, Yvonne? Okay. Yeah. So what it might look like, you're not motivated. You have no motivation anymore. You wake up every morning asking yourself, oh my God, I have to go to work and I really don't feel like it. You have no energy. You feel drained. You don't want to have conversations with people. and you are, short-tempered and you don't see the end of it. So these are, I would say, the main things that would show up, right? And when we're not good in one area of our life, it can translate to other areas. It could be, like health. Some people can get depressed. Some people start having like bad relationships. So there are many, many things that will help you, tell yourself, oh my God, this is the red flag. There's something wrong. Okay?
Awesome, awesome. And as I said, I was going to be on wisdom. So I just activated wisdom, guys. So hear this. I hate my job. I can't afford to quit. So you are in job jail. Okay. Okay. I've been in job jail before because I used to make good money. And when you have a job and you really love the money and other things are not going right, it can cause you a lot of stress, right? And as Dr. Loubna says, fatigue, stroke, right? Insomnia, you go to bed and you can't sleep. You're depressed, sadness, anger, you're irritated, right? Terminal illness, right? Stress will cause you terminal illness, heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, which I get when I was in stress some time ago in the past. That my job didn't give me that, but my divorce gave that to me. And unfortunately, some people commit suicide. So this is a very, very strong topic because it gets back to mental health. So when you're in a job and you hate it, you have to do things to know whether it is the job or whether it is the environment. And that's where we are going to talk about next, because today we are not just to give you some straight tips and tricks. You have to first do an evaluation or an assessment. Do I hate my job or do I hate the environment? And what are you going to talk about today, Dr. Loubna, about whether it's the job or the environment? Which one you want to take on first, the job?
Sure. Before I jump there, I actually wanted to add to the list you mentioned. So you mentioned stroke. I was listening to a podcast this past week, and I heard like there's a very alarming statistic, apparently there's a very high number of people who have heart attack or stroke on Monday morning. I didn't look at the exact data, the exact number, but I was like, oh my God, because people are apprehending to go to work on Sunday evening. And when Monday comes, they're like in a very bad state of mind and in a bad physical shape. So what was the question? Is it environmental?
You have to evaluate whether it is the job or the environment. And if it was about the job, let me make it a little bit more specific. So if it is about the job itself that you are doing, what are some of the things that people need to look out for about the job that they are doing so that they can make the proper assessment?
So what I think, like we talked before about the wheel of life, right? We have a wheel of life. We had 8 different components of our life, and I would say, just sit and evaluate yourself first. There, like on a scale of 0 to 10, how do you think like each of those areas are working out for you? And you can start there, right? And exactly, there are like other assessments that you can do. And for the job, if it's the job, you want to ask yourself if you're going according to the targets and the goals you have set up for yourself. If it's the job, you want to ask yourself if there are any coworkers who might be toxic. If your manager is micromanaging you and creating a toxic environment, okay? So there's a whole list of questions you can start asking yourself and try to figure out like what the triggers are, right, Yvonne? Like I would put list of triggers, and you want to bring your self-awareness to notice the situations where you get triggered. right away.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when you talk about, so let's separate. Let us see what Sapphire Eagle. Love that Eagle. She's a
Sapphire Eagle.
dive up there.
Whoa.
Evaluation and assessment is vital, right? She hopes to have a copy of this podcast for her network and meet
Mm,
employees. She meets employees struggling with stress all the time,
yeah.
and when she's auditing companies. Well, welcome, Sapphire. Welcome to have you because I've been there. I've done that, right? So we
Yeah.
should connect. And if you're on LinkedIn and or any of the other networks, connect with us on LinkedIn because in this world, collaboration is very important. Connect with Dr. Loubna Erraji and Yvonne Robinson Jackson, and we can continue this conversation because this is not going away. So let us talk about the job. So first of all, you have to figure out. Let me give my share here, as Dr. Loubna just gave hers. You have to figure out: is this the right job for you? You're doing it. Did you take on this job just because you wanted to make some money in the beginning and it was just a filler job? Did you just are you and you got stuck in there? You could have a filler job and you get stuck in it. Maybe you took it on when things weren't bad in COVID, when we know there weren't lots of jobs and you were laid off. So figure out what was the objective of taking this job. Do I have the skills and experience for this job? Analyze the job and decide whether you need to go back and get some more skills to enhance this job, right? To make it better. If it is a very boring job, you know you could not do this for life, then you sit down and evaluate. List your skills and your experiences and look at what your passion is, what make your heart sing. If you have passions about something, sometimes it's not all the times your passion is profitable. Let me tell you, people on LinkedIn tell you to do your passion. Your passion, your passion may not be profitable. So what you do, you can find a job, you can find a job and also integrate your passion in there. For example, I was a recruiter, an IT recruiter, but I love to train. I love to do that kind of thing. So what I integrated in my job is the training. You have to look into the job too and say, if it's not profitable, it's not going to be sustainable. As Dr. Loubna says, you have to look at the wheel of life. Is it helping you financially? Finance is one of the biggest parts of your life goals, right? If you can't meet your financial obligations, you know what's going to happen? It's going to stress you out. It's going to stress out you and your husband. It's going to stress out with the kids. You can't do anything. It's like you're strangling. It's like you're still in financial jail. So you have to assess that job. Is it the right job? Don't sit down into a job, guys, because you take it during COVID and it was your survival job, and you take the job and you sit down there. Right? Can you up
Yes.
level in this job? Can you get some more training and up level in it? Was it a network analyst job in IT and you were doing it and they're paying you $25 an hour and you know you can't survive with 25? Can you go and do some security work? Because IT security is huge, it's hot, it's not going away. And then you can up level to IT security within a year. Do some smart things. Do smart. So you're gonna do how the smart goes again. You're gonna be
Yes.
specific, right? You're gonna be measurable. Set some goals. Specific, measurable. A
Ach-
was
Achievable.
achievable within a certain time
Yeah.
and also realistic because you know that you have to be realistic. Listen, put one foot before the other, step by step, guys, and you will achieve your goal. Anything to add to that analysis of the
So,
job here?
yes, yes, I totally agree with you. And that's exactly what I was thinking about, Yvonne, because, okay, you can take a job that you hate, but you have in mind that you're not staying there forever. And that's okay. We all did it, right? I mean, I had jobs where I was feeling miserable and I even didn't know why. And sometimes it repeated itself. And finally, it hit me that maybe I should sit down and do some self discovery and and look at my life and ask myself what I wanted. That's why, like in those conversations you guys have with us, we always tell you You need to have goals. You need to set a clear vision. You need to know where you're heading. Because if you don't know where you're heading, you're going to keep hopping from job to another and maybe feel miserable for another year, another 5 years, another 10 years. It's awful. It's really awful. And that's what drains your energy. That's what demotivates you. That's what, brings depression and other diseases, right? So you have to sit, you have to explore where you are and then decide where you want to go. And like I said, it's okay to take a job temporarily because it's also a stepping stone to something else. That's fine. But you get to decide how long you want to be there. And in the meantime, like Yvonne said, you're going to build those skills to get stronger and get ready for your dream job. Okay, this is the way it works. It works this way. Yeah, like we don't have it all ready for us, but we get to be ready every single day. Okay.
You don't have it ready, but you get to be ready. So if you're on YouTube, guys, smash the like button and click subscribe so that, guess what? When we come on live, you will get a notification every time we come on live. And if you're on LinkedIn, follow us so that when we go live, you can get a notification, right? So that's very important. And although my friends over on Facebook, I know I can't see you right now because I'm looking at my screen here and I think seeing most of the other comments. But listen, guys, that is very important. I'm going to be hard with you because I ask the hard questions. If you're in a job for a year, it's enough for you to start evaluating yourself. You have 6 months, I would say, well, you don't have enough time. You were just learning the process. You were just learning the place, right? So that's why I say be specific and be time bound. Set a time for yourself. Another thing that specificity and time does for you, and speaking out, it gives you a sort of, it puts it out there in the environment. It gives the energy. It helps you with whatever you might call it, whether you want to call it manifestation. So I know a lot of Christians don't believe in manifestation, but they believe in faith. Whether you believe in manifestation or whether you believe in faith or whether you believe in anything to say, when I put it out in the environment, the energy comes back to me. You got to write it down. You got to put it out there. If you're in a job right now and you've been in there for more than a year and you are still suffering, it is on you. Because the only person who can change that is you. And it is time after a year to set some goals right now. And start doing differently. You can in 3 months work on courses. Nowadays, companies are not so much looking after you leave university or college. Companies are more looking for your work experience and certifications. You can now do online certifications with universities. I think Dr. Loubna is attached to a university. And you can do, I know a young lady I just helped recently. She was in QA analysis in the cannabis field. And now she is in audits and I think it's a compliance and audit field, but she has never been into. She got a job with a Canadian company paying her over $100,000. It was a field that is very in demand, and she went and she did some certification also online with a great university that was giving online certification. So no stingy energy, guys, no stingy pocket. You have to invest in yourself. I know some people are stingy. Sometimes people will hit me up and say, can you help me to evaluate my resume? I do not do resume evaluations. I do not believe in resume writing. That is me. Maybe other people are different because I think Dr. Loubna also does career coaching. And we know that the resume is not the ticket because it's more than the resume. Because you have to do other things other than the resume to get you out there. So if you want to take a whole year to get a job, then you go alone. Sometimes you just need help with somebody and somebody to walk you through and for you to implement what they're helping you with. Because when you get the information on these live shows, information without the implementation does not give you the transformation. And you know that, and you know that, but you will come on and get little snippets of things. If you're on the show right now, you're in a job, you're hating it, the environment and everything, it's time for you to start evaluating the job itself. The job is not right for you, then you look at your core skills. You look at your transferable skills and look at the things that you do differently so that you can create your own job situation and you can use your zone of genius in order to get the next job. And how you're going to get the next job? You're going to look out, okay, this is what I can do best. You're going to search for jobs that match what you can do best and all that, and start rewriting your resume to match those job descriptions that you know that you want to do. Job descriptions that talk about compliance. Then you're doing the course and you're working it and you're working it into your resume, and then you go out and get the job. That is just one little tip. That is a little bit of coaching tip right there. So you want to take it, you want to use it, you want to implement it, or you want to reach out to Dr. Loubna and reach out to me for more help. But I'm just plugging because we don't normally plug ourselves, right? But we do help people. And Dr. Loubna, over to you.
So, Yvonne, so I want to touch upon the environmental aspect, okay, of hating our job. And and this is going to help me build on what you just said, because it's not just about having a super impactful resume. I mean, you get to have an impactful resume and a great value proposition once you work on yourself, once you have the clarity about where you're heading and what you want, okay? And that's where transformation happens. It's not just about updating a resume or updating a LinkedIn profile. I mean, of course, they're very important, but if you get to assess what's not working for you, because sometimes you might think that it's the environment, but when you dig deeper, it might be you. I mean, I'm talking by experience. I have switched careers many times, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not happy, I'm not challenged, I'm not this, I'm not that. And I didn't start feeling fulfilled in my work until I started looking inside and doing some work and inner work. And then, you know, Yvonne, like the mindset is so important. We talk about that all the time, okay? Sometimes it's important to look inward and see if it's not coming from us, because maybe the environment is okay. Maybe the coworkers are amazing people, but we can deal with them because there's something that's bothering us, okay? And sometimes when we look at people and these people bother us, it's actually a mirror. You know, it's something we see that we don't like in ourselves. Okay, maybe I'm going too much into this, but I think it's super important to highlight. Okay.
Yes, and one week we can talk about how the mindset affects the job and even in all aspects of your job, because it is very important, guys. This morning I was on Breakfast with Champions on Zara, let me hear what Zara says. Zara said, thanks for these are really amazing points. You provided, thanks a lot. Yeah, so yes, it's important. And next week, guys, you should join us because we should talk about self-assessment in terms of our mindset. Mindset is huge because a lot of times we don't realize that we are stopping our own progress. Right? It's hard, you know, it's hard when you have a lived experience that you practice over again, and it becomes a habit. And sometimes it is you need to fix first. You're at a situation in a company, and we think sometimes the environment and the people around us. And if we just do some little tweaks to ourselves, we probably would figure that that it goes a long way, right? So we'll talk about that. Maybe next week is a good time to talk about the mindset and the mind over.
That's fine. That's fine. We always talk about the mindset anyway. And yes, Yvonne, you know what? Because when people start changing themselves and their behavior, maybe like a toxic boss or a toxic coworker won't be bothering them as much, because they will have some tools to deal with their emotions. They will have more emotional intelligence to deal with the situation. So it's a combination of many things. And you and I, Yvonne, I mean, we work with people and we help them go through the transformation, because we have realized that it's not just like having a piece of paper and just talking to one organization. It's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
You knowing what you want, you decide, you have to decide where you're heading. You don't want people to keep moving you from job to another, because when you take the lead, you take control of your life, you take control of your career. It's different, it feels different. And even if people are offering you jobs that you think do not fit within your vision, do not fit with your career progression, then you will say no. You'll say no to those jobs.
I just wanted to add too, because as I say, we can dig deeply into mindset in another week. But here's the thing with the company itself and the bad boss, right? So from my own experience, I did have a bad boss. I cried every day for almost 5 years, every morning in my car before I go into my office. And a lot of times, I know that perhaps at the time I probably could have dealt with certain things differently on the emotion side of it. But when I evaluate within the company, I realize that other people were having similar problems and nobody was saying anything. Nobody said anything until the guy decided to leave the company. So how do you deal with that situation where you have a toxic environment and nobody is, apart from praying to God every day for him to give you peace, which he did give me after a while, but it took 5 years. So he didn't do it in my own time. He did it in his time. But a lot of people can't wait 5 years. 5 years is a long time to suffer. Right? And I'm telling you today, instead of suffering and killing yourself and getting insomnia and all those things, there is something that you probably need to do. Right? A lot of times we are afraid to make the move. We don't want to go to another company because we're making good money. We don't want to start over. But you have to assess yourself. And if you decide that, listen, I have to start somewhere, maybe at a little $10,000 less somewhere to move up, maybe this is the time to evaluate myself, take control of my life, take control of my job, and then skyrocket from there. But it is no point sitting down and getting the frustration, losing sleep, getting diabetes, getting high blood pressure, which is terminal, which you won't live long to spend the money that you're trying to make and do nothing about it. So what we are saying, evaluate the situation, walk around, figure out, is it only me who is having this problem? Or are other people having the same problem? If you find that you are not the only one, do not beat up on yourself. It's not going to be a good thing. And if you find that you are the only one, or you think something might be wrong, the things that are happening, you have done it before, somebody has told you before that, Yvonne, you need to fix this in the way you answer people or whatever, then you start to make a change. Try to make a change. But if you're losing sleep over this, as somebody's saying in the chat that she's losing sleep over the situation, it is time to have an evaluation. So here's the thing. Is it possible for you to speak with your immediate manager, or are you in an organization where the organization is so toxic that nothing is going to happen? You've heard it before. They don't make a move or nothing. If that is the situation, my friend, it's time to take out your resume, take out your job search strategy, take out your plan, and start working on it. If you're in an organization where you're making some money, you can also find somebody. It doesn't have to be me, doesn't have to be Dr. Loubna, but we'd love to help you. You are going to, I'm telling you, if you feel that you are coachable, as I was listening this morning, the lady said there's a difference between coachable and teachable. She says most people are teachable, but most people are not coachable. Coachable means that you know that something is wrong and you know you have a way, but you figure that there probably is a better way. If you are coachable, because to tell the truth, I don't have time to waste, right? I want to work with people, and Dr. Loubna too, right? It's not about the money, it's about getting you your transformation. And we want to learn, work with people who are committed to get to their transformation, who wants to change, who want things to change, because we've done it for people. Sometimes it takes 2 months. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks. I've had a guy who took 2 weeks.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes 3 weeks. And if it takes 2 weeks and you figure, what am I going to do now? We can offer you what we call it, training for on the job the first 30, 60, 90 days. Because a lot of people get
Yes.
jobs.
Yes.
I'm finding now people are getting jobs and they're stressed out. And one lady, she just got a new job. She got so stressed out because she did not consider that after you get the job, you still need some coaching.
Oh my God, yes. The transitioning into a new job. Yeah.
Transition mentoring is very important because a lot of
Mhm.
companies don't have good onboarding strategies, and you have to learn how to onboard yourself. I just wanted to kick that in there because it
I
is
love
so
it.
important that companies do not have the training. They do not have onboarding training for you, and you have to take care of me and do your own onboarding
Yes.
transition. Dr. Loubna, over
So
to
the
you.
thing is that I know the feeling. I know the feeling. You know, when you're in a job that pays well and you hate it. I've been in that situation at least twice, at least. And I was like, oh my God, I'm making money. It's helping my family. I cannot afford to leave. But it was driving me crazy. I was crying also every night and every day, you know, and it's a horrible feeling. And you feel like you're stuck. You feel that your hands are tied and you cannot do anything. But again, we are in control. We can be in control of what we do. We decide. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. But like what we've been sharing with you, there are tools, okay? There are steps. At least you sit, you do an evaluation. You know what, Yvonne? I actually, I don't know if you got my comment, but there's a career assessment workbook that I'd be happy to share with people. Okay, if they want to just take a look
You
at it,
want to drop it in the chat somewhere?
please, yeah, feel free to do
Okay.
that. You
So,
guys can start there. Okay, just go enter your email, your name, and then download it. It's free. Okay, at least it's going to give you an idea about like which questions to ask yourself. All right, and
can
what
you
the
find it
questions.
on your LinkedIn? Because I think you have it somewhere on your LinkedIn on your last post.
Yes, it is on my last post. Yes, thank you, Yvonne.
So
Yes,
you go
it's
to
in there.
Dr. Loubna Erraji on
It's there.
LinkedIn. She made a last post and she talked about her career assessment. Maybe you
Yes,
should download that and do a little assessment for yourself and see
exactly.
how you are with that, what you know, how you are with the assessment and what you need to do. But I'm telling you, friends, there's no point in working a job and getting and going home. You know, you spend more than half of your life on a job. You know that, right? You spend more time in the job than you spend with your family because you spend what, 8 hours on the job, 9, 10 hours on the job. Then you go home maybe for 4 or 5 hours, sit with your kids, and then you sleep for the rest. So
Yeah.
in your waking hours, you spend more time on the job. So why not make it a pleasant place? And it is not easy to create the best working environment for yourself. So remember, let us start at the top. We said you evaluate. So we're not going to go over it. You know what the evaluation is all about. We evaluate
Yeah.
whether it's you or the environment. Then after
Mhm.
you evaluate whether it's you or the environment, then that is a time you can create something. You can either create your ideal career or you can create your own environment by knowing sometimes within the environment is not the people. Sometimes it's not the product, but sometimes the values of the company doesn't align with yours, especially if you're religious. I find
Yes.
sometimes some companies' values don't align with yours, and you're losing sleep. So if the values don't align, then you know definitely you have to move because you are going
Yes.
to have a
Yes.
lifetime of insomnia.
Exactly. And thank you for sharing, guys, and being vulnerable. We appreciate that. You know, like this, we know what's going on, and we can at least discuss it. And there's another aspect, Yvonne, that I wanted to add. You know, sometimes people hate their job because they're not feeling valued. They're not getting promoted. They don't feel they're respected, right? And that, like, the anger and the hatred starts building up because there's no recognition, right? And this is one of the reasons you might hate your job. But again, go back to what we've been saying. Do the evaluation, do the assessment, and see if it makes sense for you to stay there or think about something else.
Yes, yes, and I'm going to just add to that. I think that's probably kind of a last, comments that we can make. If you don't feel appreciated, if you do not feel that if you know that you're worth more than what they're paying you, listen, you must know your worth. Nobody can tell you how much you're worth. You know the job you're doing. You know what you're putting into the job, friends. You know how much education you have. You know when you do a good job. You must know when you're good. You're not stupid, You must know when you do a good job. They won't pay you. They won't appreciate you. They won't give you plum projects. They're passing you over. There's a way. However, there is a way. Are there tools that you can use while you're within the company so that you can get promoted? And one of the big tools, and we're going to talk about that again because we have these every Friday. You can put in the chat if there's a topic that you'd like to talk us to talk about. If you're on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, put in the chat a topic that you would like us to address in a future Friday Lunch and Learn, because if you are not, somebody, Amatola is there. She Amatola says, Zara, go girl, you can do it. I put that there. Hi, Amatola. How are you, girl? Amatola, how are you?
You're
So
welcome.
if you are on a job, and where was I with this? I honestly wanted to say this topic. I was so excited to see Amatola there. So if you're on a job, and let me see what I was trying to say again. Dr. Loubna, you want to say something, and then I'll get back my thought, because this has to come up.
Ye-
Important.
Yes, I think you were going to make a point about like people who are not getting rewarded, they're not getting promoted, right?
Yes.
That was the
So
point.
let me
Yeah, yeah.
finish that. If you're not getting rewarded and if you're not getting promoted on a job, there are tools that we can help you with to get a promotion. Because one of the things I'm going to share with you today is that people who are promoted in companies and people who get plum projects in companies is because they know about influence, because they know about, I would call it, not so much even networking within the company, but how to show up and be visible in your job. So
Yes.
people do not they will take away your thunder. People will take away you do something and they will take credit for it. How not to let people take credit for your work? How to behave while you're in the job to get the promotion, because what gets you the job is not going to get you the promotion. What gets you the
Yes.
job is not going to get you the promotion. So if you want to get the promotion and to get the pay and to negotiate, there are tools in a toolbox you have to use. Why this job has to be
Yeah.
so stressful? But
Yeah.
the reason why a job has to be so stressful is because your life is a business. Your career is a business. And if you do not know the right tools, some people know it. I know a young man, I'm not going to say where he works or where we hired, but he knew how to gain access. He knew how to network, or how to build relationships. It's not about networking. Networking is overrated. Let me tell you that. It is building relationships. So when you say, "Oh, I'm networking, I go to this event, I meet 20 people." What have they done for you, and what have you done for them? So
Do it with the intentionality. You
you
want to
have
be
to go, yes, as Dr. Luba, with intention. So how are you building forget networking. Forget it right now. Scratch it out. Put relationship building, because the only time people are going to help you is when you build relationship with. I stopped helping people for networking. They don't talk to me. They don't even comment or anything that I do so I can help other people. They don't do anything, but when they need help, they come running. That is selfish. So I'm going to teach you how to build relationships. Maybe we should do that one week. How to
Yes, we did that one time, I think, right? We did it at the beginning. We should do it again because it's
yeah.
very, very important. And a lot of people, like I noticed, like many people I worked with, they were very shy, even connecting to people on LinkedIn. But again, when you do it with intention, it gets results. It's not about the numbers, it's like on Instagram or on LinkedIn. It's not about the number of views, but like Yvonne said, it's about the relationships that you build and what you get out of that relationship. So Yvonne, I think we're going
I know
to
Dr. Luna has to run to another meeting. She's a very busy lady
yeah.
today, making lots of big money on all her big things, right? So she's
I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
go to
That's
teach
not
at
the point.
so. You also teach at the university, no? Do you still teach at the university,
Yes,
right? Right.
yes,
So
yes.
Dr. Loubna has taught at universities before. I've taught at universities before. I've worked in professional staffing for more than 15 years. So I've placed a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people. I have also worked as a career coach. So, and I've placed people who make $500,000 a year and stuff like that. So I've gone and placed people from the help desk to the C-suite. So I'm not just saying I help C-suite people. Sometimes you see it on my LinkedIn. Sometimes you do that for targeting because sometimes that's what people want to do. People like to profile. Oh, you only help executive. I help everybody, and everybody who I work with and who was making under 100,000 are now making over 100,000 because to
Yes.
grow in your career. If you're gonna stay
Oh,
your
yes.
$50,000 and you only want to stay there, then I'm telling you, you got to look again because you have to up level at every point in your career
Yes.
to be
Yes.
the best that you can be in that career, which is career goals are life goals, and your career is your business. You have anything to say to that, Dr. Loubna, where they can find you?
Yes. Yes. So you can, oh, Yvonne, I have meetdrloubna.com now. That's what I have.
You have Dr. Loubna.
I got the
Oh my
card.
God, you
I
got
got the
it.
card
Okay.
like yours.
All right, hear this. Dr. Loubna and I are working. We networked, and I'm gonna say network, I'm gonna use it again, but we have created relationship because I only met her in a group, and we've created relationship and we share ideas. And she has what she calls a 10K digital business card, which is easy to remember. So what is your 10K digital business card, Dr. Loubna?
Meetdrloubna.com.
Meetdrloubna.com. When you go there, you will see all the connections to her digital spaces, to her website. You can connect with her and contact her. Meetdrloubna.com. And mine is meetcoachyvonne.com. So if you go there, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Wisdom, everywhere, YouTube. You can go to my website and download pro bono information. Okay, meetdrloubna.com. You can go and actually you can go there and download the what you were talking about, Dr. Loubna, the career
The
assessment.
career assessment. So
Meet
it's meetdrloubna.com.
one word, Dr. Loubna, right?
Yeah. Do you
RLO.
have a way to write it down, Yvonne,
Oh
for
yes, I
them or
put
no?
it in the chat.
Please.
Okay, here it is, guys.
Yeah,
Meet
because I can't
DRLOUBNA.com.
.com. Yes.
All right,
Then
so
you
I have
just
it put in the chat. Meet
thank you.
Dr.
Super,
Loubna.
super. Yes.
That's good. Okay,
Yes.
and listen to mine. Meet
Here we go.
CoachYvonne.com. All right, look at that. Okay, so meetcoachyvonne.com. It gives you everything to all my digital spaces and all the products that I do. And meetdrloubna.com. It gives you everything. We are using technology. So she has a digital business, what we call
Yes.
a digital business card. It's even more than that. It's like a meta card because it has links to other links. And mine is meetcoachyvonne.com. So you don't have to remember the whole long thing anymore. It's how good we are to you.
Yeah.
We're that we're making it easy for you. So this
Yes.
is our partnership, Dr. Loubna and Yvonne. Meetdrloubna.com and meetcoachyvonne.com. We are here every Friday. And guess what? I think next week, Tuesday, we're gonna. I wish we go to our spaces and we'll probably announce it, because we're probably gonna be on the Breakfast with Champions with my
Yes.
seller. Who is a New York bestseller, and he will
Yes.
want to interview Dr. Loubna and I'm going to say Dr. Yvonne. One time I almost became Dr.
Yes.
Yvonne,
So
but but that's Dr. Loubna and this is Coach Yvonne. Okay, so guess what? Dr. Loubna has his PhD and I have my MBA in business, so we have up leveled, guys. So Samantha, nice to see you,
hey,
Samantha, and anybody else on YouTube.
hey guys, thank you.
Hang out with us on Fridays. Ask us all the questions. We want to help you, and
Mhm.
we're happy to have you today. Do you have anything more to say, or can I go out with our little music?
I just want to tell them go now and connect with both of us and follow us. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted to say. And
Go
thank you
on.
so much for joining us.
Yes.
We're
And
here
guys,
to share.
if you are on Clubhouse, it's a good
Mhm.
thing. In the morning, they have Breakfast with Champions, and they have other places that you can go and learn stuff. And I think next week, Tuesday, we probably both of us are going to be talking to New York bestseller.
Oh my God.
That's so
Woo.
exciting, right? So we are going places. So we'll see you next week, guys. We want to up
Bye,
level.
guys.
You to up level with us in your career and be the best that you can be. And this is Yvonne
Yes.
and Loubna saying, see ya.
Bye bye.